Good evening, beautiful people. We got that Mickey Mouse with the wizard hat vibe going on. Let's get this going. This is Condensed Chaos by Philly Hines. This is part 13. Let's get it. Physical exhaustion, which leaves you alert, seems to be beneficial, for instance. Mental exhaustion, on the other hand, appears to dull your sensitivity to intrusions from the outside. The appropriate mental attitude, I would say, is very much on the level of what happens, happens. This is echoed by Austin Osman Spare's doctrine of does not matter, need not be. Again, a form of relaxation in the present environment. You need to have a level-headed, matter-of-fact approach to this kind of experience. Explanations don't matter. Experience does. That's what she said. Ghosts, not at all. It's just that I haven't taken up the common beliefs and explanations of ghosts. Again, this is the core message of chaos magic. You don't have to believe in past lives, chakras, reincarnation, hidden depths in the astral plane to work effective magic. If you want to believe in any and all of this and more, then it's your choice. Similarly, you don't have to believe in something to suddenly have it walk up to you and ask for a light. I used to believe magic was merely psychology dressed up. That is, until one night I awoke to find something heavy and misty sitting upon my chest. Misty like Brock and Misty, the second gym in Pokemon. Now I've lost where I was even reading up to. Yes, okay, I admit it. I was scared shitless. I lay there for what I felt like an eternity until I mentally visualized a pentagram and projected it forth, and the thing promptly faded away. I was in shock for days. Now I've heard lots of different explanations from other people, but what is important for me is that it showed me more convincingly than any argument or book that magic is something real. We're into chapter 3. Look, we've only got a shit ton of chapters to go. Become a magician. Becoming a magician takes time and practice and experience. It's not just a matter of reading a few books, trying out a few exercises, rituals, and so forth, and then declaring yourself to be a magician. Sadly, it is all too easy for us to convince ourselves about our suitability for something. When Aleister Crowley wrote that magic is for all, few seem to have considered that he was possibly overstating the case. A thorough examination of Crowley's life, particularly the number of his associates who tried to be magicians yet failed, whose lives ended in madness or misery, clearly indicates that magic is not for everyone. A magician is a person who recognizes that the world he moves through is an extremely complex place. That all that seems apparent and clear-cut, in actuality, hides a seething complexity, the full depths of which he may never grasp. Such a person, by necessity, is continually on guard against that which might inhibit his ability to adapt and survive in this world. A magician is constantly aware of his inner structures and that which is around him. He constantly strives to extend his possibilities for action, patient, yet aware of the necessary sometimes, of going too far in all directions. Magic, in some cases, is the science of extremes. Many people are attracted to the occult as an attempt to escape from the responsibility of being human. Many seem to want to gain magical powers immediately, without sacrifice or responsibility to that power. But the kind of abilities that a magician may develop cannot be bought over the counter like a Saturday night special. Magical powers are literally the result of one's discipline. They are the result of practice, study, and the application of theories and techniques in one's own life. Moreover, this process is one that changes you. With power comes the understanding of responsibility. Sounds like Uncle Ben talking to Spider-Man. It is my responsibility as a writer to say that no one ever became a magician from reading books. Sure, you can learn from other people, but you don't become a magician until you begin to twist something that you have read or learned and apply it successfully within your own life. Anyone can convince themselves that they are a magician in the safety of their own heads. It helps sometimes to have a few followers or friends who agree, but the test here is to go somewhere else and be a magician there. One of the most significant powers a magician develops is a certain poise, a degree of self-assured assurance of manner. A good magician maintains this poise no matter where he is or who he is about him. This is a power that other magicians can recognize and respect, as it says much more about a person than what he says about himself. In magical circles, there is sometimes a degree of confusion over the distinction between basic and advanced magic. The former is associated with beginners, while the latter is associated with adepts or magi. Some people seem to have the opinion that basic techniques of magic should only be practiced for a set period, and then discarded in favor of something more arcane. In this chaos approach, the term basic applies to any technique or practice which is simple, effective, and which once understood can be applied throughout your life, no matter how far advanced the magician you may become. Alright, we're going to stop it there, and we'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you then.